Okay, we're going to learn how to take northern lights with the camera. And first thing, I got one of these things. It helps for northern lights shots and stars. This is a wireless transmitter, and that's the receiver. The receiver is plugged into my camera on the side. I set my dial to bulb. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Bulb, you got a limitless time. See how it says bulb? You can just like hold it for as long as you want, up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you go to manual, your camera only goes to 30 seconds. It doesn't go any higher. It stops at 30. Most cameras only go up to maybe 15, which really sucks. So 30 seconds is as high as my camera goes. Okay, I understand that. So if you don't have one of those things, just turn your dial to M. Set your shutter to 30 seconds. Your aperture, here's all your aperture values. It has an F in front of it, but this one doesn't have an F. So you just open it up to 3.5. 3.5 means your aperture is opened up really bright. Okay? That allows more light to come in. Okay, your ISOs for standard cameras, just leave it at 400. And put your camera, so your camera's ready to go. So you just put your camera in the snow. Oops, before we do that, there's one little thing that's important. Most cameras have an autofocus and a manual switch. Okay, autofocus, manual. In nighttime, if you're gonna focus on the stars with your lens, you might have a really hard time. So what I do is I set it to manual, and here's your focus ring. Set it to infinity. That way your stars are in focus. Okay, that'll be good. The bottom or the top row of numbers is feet. So if you're going to focus in really something close, like if you're only like that far away from the computer, right? You're going to be focusing at 1.5 feet. Okay, 2 feet, 5 feet, and infinity. So you're focused at the stars. If you're focused at this, your stars are going to be blurry. Here's your stars going to be even more blurry, and then your stars are going to be very blurry. So just make sure you got this focused at infinity, and you have a good shot. Leave it on manual, because then if you push your button on the camera, your lens is going to try to focus. So we just deactivate the focus, leave it on infinity. Some cameras don't have these dials. If you don't have these dials, just go to your menu and then look for these little letters and set your camera up to M, and then set all these values up. Your ISO, your shutter speed 30 seconds, aperture is 3.5. Here's another one for Photoshop users. I use a large and a raw format picture. Okay, and of course you set your awesome camera on a tripod if you have one. If you don't, I just put my gloves in the snow, I secure it, and then I take my picture. To take your picture, sometimes I just go to the drive. I just push the drive button and I select timer. Here's you got your rapid shots and your single shot. Set it to timer, and that way you reduce any risk of a blurry shot. So you just push the button, you just step back, your timer counts down 5. I know this is a little boring, but now you stand back and your camera's ready for 30 seconds, and then it takes a shot of the stars, and you just sit back until it's done. Okay? Alright, I hope it works out for you.